How excited are we for Tiger's Nest? We are off for the Tiger's Nest trek today. It is early in the morning. We have just arrived at the base. So this is the base point. This is where we start trekking up. Tiger's Nest is of course one of the most popular attractions in Bhutan for the Tiger's Nest Monastery, of course. There's a whole story behind it that I'll tell you at the top. But right now at the base we are actually renting out some trekking poles. Trekking poles are more like bamboo sticks that you get here. So we're just renting them out. You can get them around like 50 or 100 rupees, and then we're going to start hiking up. So we have started hiking and the path is really beautiful. Actually, it is lined by pine trees from everywhere. Looks super green. The weather is really nice. Actually, we're hoping our bodies will warm up a little bit so that we don't feel as cold. I think it's so cool that you can actually see the Tiger's Nest Monastery all the way from the base point. You get some motivation to reach the top. So a quick piece of information, if you are not feeling fully up to it, you can also go to the halfway point of the trek on a pony. So as you can see, all of these ponies out here are for hire. So they can actually take you to a midway point where you can get a good view of the monastery, and they also have a cafe, little sitting area over there. The pony ride will cost you 1,300, but that's just one way. So while climbing back down, you'll have to climb down yourself. We have reached the midway point and कैसे लग रहा है guys? Energies are still high. We are at a point where we can actually see the Tiger's Nest Monastery and it looks very doable, and the trek has been gorgeous. You can see this beautiful facade. So this is the way to the Taktsang cafe, which is like the midpoint. You can stop here for a cup of tea or coffee. You can freshen up a little bit before you go all the way up to the monastery. Also, you can see all the mules are parked here. I would recommend against taking the mule. If you're going to come to Tiger's Monastery, make sure you build your fitness levels up a little bit, because let's not trouble them. In Bhutan, on the sides of the streets or while you're trekking, you'll find these small little stupas made, okay? So I was very curious about what they are exactly. So whenever somebody from a family passes away, they actually, after they are cremated, they preserve a part of their skull. They pound it and they mix it with soil from their home, and then they add a relic, a sort of prayer inside that, and then they make these stupas. So these stupas are a form of commemoration of the one that has passed away, and they are also said to liberate the souls of those that have passed. Throughout our trek, at multiple spots, you actually see these praying wheels everywhere, and they add such a nice spiritual touch to the entire trek. In the olden days, this mountain actually didn't have any source of water. So there was a monk who meditated nearby, and it is said that he sort of got this source of water here. This is supposed to be holy water. It is really pure, and you can even fill your water bottles here if you run out of water. Welcome to the Tiger's Nest Monastery. Not only is this monastery a Buddhist pilgrimage site, it is also one of the most iconic tourist destinations in Bhutan. There's no tourist who comes to Bhutan and does not want to come to this monastery. This monastery, which is situated on the top of a hill, has a long mythological religious story behind it. So basically this area was troubled by demons, and the second Buddha actually came all the way here along with a tigress. The tigress actually was his consort at the time, and then he subdued the demon, and he subdued the demon so much that the demon then turned into a local deity. The monastery and all the temples inside it were actually constructed in the year 1692, and it's unbelievable when you actually see the location of the monastery. It really makes you wonder how they must have transported all the material. Just looking at the spot, it's such a tricky spot where it's situated, but inside the monastery you have multiple temples. There are temples of the god of wealth, god of long life, and of course the second Buddha in all his forms. It has been such a wonderful experience. The trek, I would say, is easy to medium level. There are certain tricky patches, but other than that it's simple steps, so I think pretty much anybody can do it. And if you're in Bhutan, you cannot miss out on this one, because I think out of all the religious sites I've visited till date, this one goes straight to the top of my list. So we just got back after our very long day of Tiger's Nest trek, and I am taking you guys along with me for a very exciting activity. We are going to relax by going for a traditional Bhutanese hot stone bath. So this is a very traditional and unique thing that happens here in Bhutan. So basically what this experience is that there are wooden tubs that are constructed. They're filled with groundwater, which is locally sourced groundwater, of course. And then they roast stones in open fire for about 4 to 5 hours. These stones are then put in the water in a separate compartment, so that they release their minerals along with heating the water. This water is also enriched with certain herbs such as Artemis and mint and a couple of other herbs which are supposed to have a lot of medicinal properties. So they highly recommend that you do this after a long hard day of sightseeing or trekking as we have done today, because they release all your sore muscles and it's supposed to be a very relaxing experience. It can last anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes depending upon how much time you want to spend there. So we just got done with our hot stone bath session. So it was, I have mixed feelings about it. So it was, to be very honest, it was quite relaxing. So you're just like sort of relaxing in, it's almost like relaxing in a bathtub, except for the fact that there are like herbs floating around. The tubs are a little small, so you can't really spread out. You're sort of like constricted, but it wasn't bad. The only thing was I started feeling dizzy towards the end of it, and that apparently happens with a lot of people. So I actually spoke to them and they said it's very normal, because the water is very mineral rich, and because of the herbs that they add and the fumes and all of that, you end up feeling dizzy. But I definitely feel lighter, like my muscles that were feeling more tight and sore because of the trek are definitely feeling much lighter. After that, they've also served us a wonderful cup of mint tea, and they also have freshly plucked mint leaves from the garden. So yeah, we're ending the session with this. The session will cost you 1500 Indian rupees per person. So if you want to try something unique, if you're a fan of spa treatments, try this.